Hello students, good morning. In today's class, we are going to learn about email writing. Students, the other day we studied about notice writing. Today we are going to study about email writing. Here is the format of a formal email. This is the format for formal email. You also have informal email. Just like the letters, you have formal and informal letters. So, let's study about the format. It is more or less same for the formal and informal, but your language may differ a bit. So, let's study what is the format. When you start writing the email, just like the notice, for the email also you will have to make a box. Open, three-sided box. Now, when I am going to show you the email, I am going to show you how the box has been opened and it is written. Then, your first will be from. You will begin with from. Then, email address of the writer. That is the one who is sending. So, it is from. Students, I am just underlining. You do not have to underline for you to make it known that we begin with from. Email address of the writer. Suppose I am writing and my address is rt.21@gmail.com. So that is the one who is sending. To whom? Email address of the receiver. Whom do I want to send? Maybe I have a friend, Rinki, if I am sending it to her, or to the principal. I may write the name of the principal, or if the principal has not given the address of her name, then you will be writing the address of the school, whatever the name of the school, maybe Navjot School at gmail.com, whatever it is. Right now, I am neither giving my own name nor am I giving or revealing it to you the name of the school. Then you have CC and BCC. Now, what is this CC and BCC? Email address of the other receiver, if any. Suppose besides that, to the Navjot School, I may be wanting to send it to other school, like St. James School, or maybe Carmel Convent School, and so therefore, I will write their address also if I have. And if I want to send it all together, I also have the option of writing it over here. Then you have the next is the date. First you wrote format, then you went to write about to whom. Then you wrote CC and BCC. Very rarely it is asked in the exam, but if it is asked in care of, then you will have to write the name of the ones for whom it is given. It will be normally mentioned in your book, in your question, okay? Then you have to write a date. Look at this now, the format for the date. How is it given, students? The date, 19th August 2020. You do not see anywhere a full stop. Isn't it, student? 19th August 2020. You may say, when we get the email, we do not get this type of format. Automatically the date and the time comes in your email. When you get it in the computer or mobile or laptop, wherever it is, the date and the time automatically comes. But over here, we are mentioning because we have the marks. Then you have to write about the subject. What is the subject? For what you are writing? May it be the leave application and you are writing it to the principal. May it be that you want to send it to the bookstall, asking for the copies of the book. Okay? So, the subject of the email will be in 3 to 4 words. Then you have salutation. What do you mean by salutation? Salutation is when you write dear or respected principal. To the principal, surely, or to your boss, you will be writing respected. If it is your friend, you will write dear friend, whatever the name, Ashka or Anita or whatever the name is, you will write dear friend. That is the name of your friend. But when you are writing it to the principal, it is the official one, formal one, you will write respected. There's no point, there's nothing wrong if you write dear, but we need to be little formal. Then, what is the body of the email? You make it into 2 paragraphs. Your first paragraph will be about the introduction of the writer and the purpose. What is the purpose for writing this email? Why are you writing this email? Okay, and who are you? You need to mention. Suppose you are a student of the Navjot school or a teacher of the Navjot school, and you are writing, you are asking for the copies of English textbooks, as well as you want some other textbook. You will need to introduce yourself to the bookseller. You will be telling that book publication. You will be telling that I am so and so from such school. I am suppose you are the clerk or you are the secretary or whoever you are, the manager of the school or maybe the in charge head of the English department. You need to mention that. The second paragraph will be the conclusion paragraph, which will be in 2 to 3 sentences or 3 to 4 sentences. It has to be brief and clear. Then you have the closure. What is that closure? Closure is that when you end, how do you end it? Yours truly or faithfully. Yours truly or faithfully. ABC, XYZ, or a name given in the introduction. Normally, you do not write your own name. You may write Gopal, Ram, Sita, Krishna, whatever you want to write. But you normally do not write your name. But suppose if you write your name, if it is mentioned over there, then you can write it. Again, there is nothing wrong if you write your name. Then the attachments. What do you understand by the attachment? Suppose, now that as I asked you, you have order for the books, and then you want to write which are the books, or suppose you want to show the photo. You are sending the photo of that book, the cover page. You want to attach it. And so therefore, name of the attachment, if any, there is any name, then you will write the name. Such as the copy of documents, photo documents, or the letters you are sending, or the photo of the identity card, or whatever it is. Okay, it will become easy once I show it to you the another format in the question form. So this is the format when you start writing email. What is the format, student? You begin with from whomsoever to whomsoever you are writing. CC, BCC, if it is asked, you will have to mention. Then comes the date. See how the date is mentioned. Do not write 1908-2020. That is the wrong format. The date will be written in this form. Then the subject. What is the subject? What is the purpose of writing this email? Then the salutation, dear or respected. Body of the email in 2 paragraphs. Okay, where you are mentioning about you are giving the introduction about yourself, who you are, and the purpose for writing the email. Then the conclusion part for what you are writing, and then when you are expecting it. Closure is that yours truly or faithfully, XYZ. Attachment, if any, mention over there, or if you are sending any check or whatever it is, you will need to mention about it. Now I am going to show you the format. I am going to show you how to write the email. This is about the format. Have a look at this. Look over here. What is the question? Write an email to your boss apologizing for not resuming the office as per the committed date. You are asking pardon from your boss for not able to join the office as per the date you are given. Now, before this, you must have surely written an email. You must have surely sent an email to your boss asking for the leave application for few days, that as you wanted to. And so over here, so you see over here, students, the box has been made, and in the box, what did I tell you about the format? We'll start with from to CC, subject, but before subject, I have given you date, which you have to mention, okay? And then, what is it? What is, from whom it is? vasundhara@gmail.com. See, the letters are all small. You should not be writing capital. there is no space in between. Then you have that medcast@gmail.com. That is maybe the website of that is the email address maybe of the office. Then what is the subject written over there? Apologize for not able to join the office. But as I told you, before subject there has to be a date. Date 19th August 2020. Then, dear madam, she is saying, dear madam, trust you are doing well. Then, I would like to apologize to report to my office a week late after the committed date of resuming my duty. Students, as I told you, she must have surely written earlier a leave application before going for this, whatever she has taken the leave. And now that she is not able to come on the given date, and therefore she is sorry for it and she is asking the more absence of leave. So now, see. I would like to apologize to report to my office a week later. 1 week later she is coming from the date that had been given of resuming my duty. As you are aware, I was on a holiday on a trekking camp to Manali for a week. So 1 week she has gone to Manali for the trekking camp. So as I told you, she has already taken the leave note. She has applied the leave application. She has given on the second last day of the adventurous trip. Just on the second last day, I fell down during mountain climbing and had a hairline fracture with sprain in my left leg. So students, what has happened to her? She had a fall just before 2 days she could leave from Manali to whichever place she is staying. And then what happened? She had a fracture while climbing the mountain. Hairline fracture with a sprain in her left leg. She has a sprain in her left leg. I was hospitalized there for 2 days. She was already hospitalized there. I came back to my hometown by flight and was advised bed rest for a week. So she came back to her hometown, wherever she was, maybe to Mumbai or to Bangalore or to Haryana, Delhi, Ahmedabad. We do not know from where she is. Okay. I came back to my hometown by flight and was advised bed rest for a week. 1 week she is not able to go anywhere, but she has to take a bed rest. I can understand how difficult it would be for you to manage the work in this long absence from my side. She is aware and she knows that the difficulty that they will be having in the office because of her absence. And so she says, because of my absence, I know it is difficult for you to manage the work because of the long absence. 1 week she went, maybe 1-2 days extra she must have taken. And now that because of the fracture, she is not able to join on the time she is going to join 1 week later. I will be fine in next few days and shall mostly join the office by next Monday. So she says that within a week's time, I'll be able to join. I'll be fine. She's very positive. I once again sincerely apologize for joining the office late. Once again, she is saying, I'm sorry for joining the office late. I ask your pardon. I am apologizing myself. Thank you, Vasundhara. So it is written by Vasundhara. She is thanking and she is saying that is the closure. Over here, we tried to write in 2 paragraphs, short paragraph. Second one is really very short. In 1 sentence, you have just finished over here. So this is about writing to the boss. I will also show you tomorrow the other 2 types. Okay. Now students, over here you will be writing the date. They have not mentioned. You have to write the format. I will be sending you the image of the format in your book. I also will take a photo and send you the image of this. Please do write in your fair book. Tomorrow we shall do other 2 more patterns of email writing. Okay? Have a good day.